Hey, what is up, guys? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Uh, I have a cloud lifter today, so I'm definitely a lot louder. Hold on, let me close my door. I don't want to wake up my roommates and shit. Mudda perfect. I was actually on my break today, and I was just going along. Like, I'm not sure if you guys follow any of the pharmacy blogs and stuff, but they're hella funny. And I thought I would just give my take on what I think about these articles and sort of break them down, review it, and just chat. It just gives me something to talk about. And some of the frustration. Well, this article really stood out to me because it just goes into the frustrations of being a pharmacist and stuff. And I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but honestly, it took me about like over an hour to get this shit. Like, for some reason, my computer wasn't displaying the browser, so I couldn't share anything, man. Kind of sucks, but whatever. And it's kind of later than I normally stream. I usually don't stream this late, but yeah. Hey, Tim Kirk. Great job on today's video. Yeah, I actually shot that video like a month ago. I just got to it because it's been a crazy month, but I've been trying to think of different ways to create content for you guys. And I sort of want to capture like I get a lot of pharmacy students, but I also consider myself a really good pharmacist. So why not share some of the skills that I've learned and stuff, you know? So um, I'm sure you can relate, Tim. Something's wrong with my mic. Hold on, let me turn it up. What's wrong with my mic? Can you not hear me? Cause I'm getting audio output and stuff. Where's static? Might be the gain. How about now? How about now? Oh man, I don't know. I gotta figure out for sure, Doctor E. For sure, Doctor E. Yeah, so I was actually on my break and I was listening to some of my patients talk about talk about like, I don't know, sometimes like, so in California we get a lunch break. I know, I'm very privileged. A lot of other pharmacists in different states don't get this luxury. But I was just thinking about like, damn, like people get mad at you. Like, they fucking straight up get mad at you for wanting to go pee, like take 5 minutes to go take a piss, or like eat something after during your 12-hour shift. And people are, I don't want to say inconsiderate. It's like, dude, I get it. You're a patient. You don't want to wait, stuff like that. But at the same time, like, we're humans too, and a lot of the time, like these corporate like companies, they don't give us a lot of time. Fortunately, I'm very lucky, but I'm just speaking on behalf of my other pharmacists who work in other states that don't have that luxury, right? So so then I was on my lunch break and I was reading this article and it really popped out at me. It was like reasons why your pharmacist hates you, and I'm like, yes, finally, somebody understands me, you know. But I think like some of these I don't agree with all of them, but I just thought it'd be funny just to like sort of share what I think, riff off these sort of things, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So, reasons why your pharmacist hates you. You come in Monday morning, busiest day of the week, hand me an empty bottle and tell me you'll be back in 5 minutes. And oh my god, that always happens. It's kind of annoying, cause people, I don't know. Part of that is like also like belittling our like what we actually do. And I think another part of why we get so pissed is that it's unfair to the other patients. Like, you're basically giving a big fuck you to all the patients in front of you, and you're just being hella selfish. You know what I mean? And that's not how pharmacy works. Um, yeah, sometimes it can be really easy. It's just like traffic, right? Traffic is a really good analogy for pharmacy. Like, dude, on the weekends on LA traffic, you can get anywhere, or on the weekends in LA, there's usually no traffic and you can get anywhere really quickly. Now, take that same route, go on a Wednesday in LA, it will take you about, can I take you, your commute, your 20-30 minute commute can easily turn into 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Why? Because everybody at the same time is trying to go to the same destination. I don't know, there might be an accident. Just like with pharmacy, there's all of these hiccups too, and it's just like, it's just not as easy as it seems, right? Well, well, you see, Angela, soon. In my opinion, the best content was when you did a Q&A collab with Angela and you. I wish I could see Angela more, but it's kind of hard, because last few times I've been asking her to shoot, she doesn't want to, and it's hard, it's hard getting together and shit. So, like, cause unlike I want to say unlike her, but like I'm definitely more into the YouTube stuff. She finds it fun, and I think we make a really good collab, like, couple, I guess, you know what I mean? And she's still down to do videos, but it takes so much coordination with her, and she can only shoot for so long, she gets tired, so I get it, man. And so I'm working with a lot of restrictions, and plus I live about, god, I live almost an hour away from her. So, like, it's difficult sometimes, and last few times we just haven't been able to meet up and shit. And I think that's going to change too. Like, it's going to be even harder because I'll be in K Town. But hopefully, we can make things work out. We're pretty good friends. We're going to Dallas very soon too. So, I guess back to the Chrome. Um, you hand me 4 prescriptions. I tell you 20 minutes. Back in 5 minutes. That's so funny, dude. Like, there's some people that just like straight up wait in the pharmacy like 24. Like, it's so funny, even when you clearly communicate, they still they're pissed about it. I get it though, you're mad at me because we put your medication back to stock because it sat on the shelf for 9 days. So true. You're on your cell phone. That one doesn't bother me as much. Sometimes it does, like if I'm in the middle of counseling or if I need to talk to a patient. Yeah, that's kind of fucking annoying because, like, I need to properly communicate. Sometimes, like, it's important. Like, yo, sometimes you're just on metronidazole and you want to tell them, yo, don't drink this weekend. No metro, don't trust. I'm gonna shoot you. Shit. Um. You don't have insurance information and you look at me like it's my fault. I hate you. So true, especially at the first of the year. Um, some people, like, I don't know what's with people, but they think we have this magical system sometimes. I mean, like, if you're a government, like, if you have Medicare and stuff like that, it's not a big deal. Or if you have, like, in our case, like for California, we have Medi-Cal or the equivalent of Medicaid. We can just look it up via social, right? So it's not a big deal, but otherwise, like, people just think we have this magic system where we can just look up shit. And I don't know, man. It's kind of like help me help you, man. And I think, like, some of this, like, you get mad at me because your copay went up. Um, I think this is very interesting because a common theme in pharmacy is people will take out their anger on you, right? And I guess, like, as your job as a pharmacist, to be a good pharmacist, you gotta take yourself out of the situation sometimes. Like, I don't always manage to do this all the time, like sometimes you get caught up, you want to go world star on the ass and shit. But in order to be an effective pharmacist, you have to sometimes detach yourself and think about how can you help this patient, even though they're really whiny, Even though like in your private life you probably wouldn't get along with them, and you tell them to like, dude, fucking grow up, handle your shit, give us enough time. You know what I mean? But you can't have those same expectations with the general public, because honestly, I hate to say it, but there's people out there that don't prepare, they're not responsible, they don't take responsibility of their life at all, you know? That's the general public, and you just gotta detach yourself sometimes. So that's how I deal with shit. As a practicing pharmacist, what is your opinion about the new pharmacy schools popping up all the time? Do you think it's bad for a profession? That's my last question. No, dude, Tim, ask away, dude. There's like literally no one in here. And I'm just reading off this fucking blog. So, like, I'm cool with the Q&A too. You know, there's only like 4 people in here. Like, look at my dashboard right now. Shit. Um, what is my opinion about new pharmacy schools popping up? Do you think it's bad for Legends like, notice me, senpai. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't have an opinion about it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't have a strong opinion. You know, like, I think eventually what's gonna happen is that there's just gonna be no jobs. Like, once they fully saturate the market, these schools are gonna either A, go out of business, go after a new healthcare profession. You know, like, there's only so many jobs or so many professions, and um, yeah, I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion. Like, if I was in pharmacy school, yeah, I'd be fucking pissed as hell, because you're dropping a lot of money for pharmacy school and you're expecting a big paycheck at the end of the day. Like, I get it, it's frustrating, and you have no control over it. You don't know what the market's going to be like. Let's say if you're, I don't know, you're just in high school right now, right? You're in high school, and and you just got into pharmacy school, and you're in your first semester, and you have 6 years to go. Let's say you go straight from high school into a pharmacy program, right? How do you know what the market's gonna look like in 6 years? It's hard. You can't predict it. You know what I mean? And even if you do, like, you might be wrong. So of course it's very scary. I think this is the thought of dealing with unpredictability. You know. So um, the only recommendation I have, like, for people in that struggling situation is really plan for the worst, dude. And worst case scenario, you have a backup plan and you're good. You're good to go, man. And it might be rough, but I have a good feeling, like, you know, things are just like the stock market. It's gonna have ups and downs through like the job market, you know. And still, these schools are just filling a demand back in like 2006 or whenever that like report said that there's a shortage of pharmacists and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna skip over this and see. Y'all can keep on asking questions, but I'm just gonna skip over this and look at the most ones that really piss me off, or the ones that really vibe with me, you know? Yo, I'm a tech at retail pharmacy. It sucks that my pharmacist gets no lunch and stands for 13 hours. Hope that changes someday. It's hard. There's never going to be a change unless pharmacists actually stand up for their rights, man. And I don't think it's right. Like, you as a decent human being to like not let someone take a fucking piss or like eat. Like, for me, I don't care. I'm young. Like, dude, I'll intermittent fast. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just thinking about the people who, you know, I don't know, they might have diabetes, or they might not be able to go that long. That intermittent fasting doesn't work for everyone, right? So if you're pregnant, you know, one of the stories that really broke my heart was just hearing my friend Lynn, the dental hygiene girl and stuff, who went into pharmacy. She was pregnant and she was having trouble like eating in the pharmacy and shit. That's so hard, man. And it's just, what is it over? It's due to people being very like impatient. You know, obviously, like, in a pharmacy, it's not an emergency room, right? If you need urgent care, don't go to a pharmacy. Go to an urgent care or like an emergency room. Like, that's more appropriate. But running to a pharmacy for like a torvastatin and expecting it right away. I think the most thing is just like that bothers me about that, like, personally bothers me, and like professionally it's like whatever, but personally it bothers me that a lot of people don't just prepare ahead of time, and if they don't like take responsibility. So take me for example, like if I needed to fill something or needed, let's say food, right? um I'm trying to order a pizza on Super Bowl Sunday, right? And my forgetful ass decides to do it last minute, right? I go in with the expectation knowing I fucked up and it might be longer than expected, and they're gonna communicate that with me. I think that's like the one expectation I have as like patient, customer, whatever, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that really sort of bothers me. Like, a lot of people don't prepare ahead of time, and not only that, like, we have so many solutions to help people prepare, help remember so that they don't have to think about it, But when it's like a consistent habit, it's just like it slows everyone down. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone. Like, you have a patient that's pissed off, right, because they don't have their medication's not ready, and then your pharmacist is pissed. Well, not pissed, but like they're stressed, And do you really want somebody who's wicked stressed checking your meds? Like, mistakes happen, dude. Like, and by putting more pressure on a pharmacist at that time over something that can be prevented ahead of time, like, I think that's totally preventable. Well said. I recommend that my students work at interns, try their best rotations, and hustle. Yeah. Did you see the YouTube of animated characters talking about pharmacy stuff? Yeah, I did. With the bears and shit. It's hella funny, man. I think Tim is a pharmacist. He's commented a few times on my videos and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting my... Fuck this, like, blog shit. I don't give a fuck about this shit. Let's just have a personal talk with y'all. Yo, yeah. I think that... Who was that? Angry Pharmacist started doing that? I thought it was hella funny. Well, usually the people who are pissed or argue back are state insurance people who think pharmacists are vending machines. Yeah, I know. Like, people don't realize what we go through, but, here's the thing. You can't expect people to know what we do as well. It's kind of difficult to explain. And I don't want to use the word retarded. That's, like, really... That's not the word I'm thinking. But sometimes, like, in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, you're so fucking dumb. But, like I said, you're dealing with the general public. You can't have high expectations for everyone, man. Like, I don't want to say I'm better than people. I just feel like I'm just more I'm just more, like, I'm lucky enough to be educated and stuff, and I understand that other people don't always have that opportunity. But it's not only education. I don't feel like education is the word I'm looking for. It's actually consideration of other people, dude. And I think we live, like, being in America, we live in a society where it's all about yourself, me. And I guess that's where my Asian side kicks in, like, cause when you look at Asian families, right, and I mean, it's not all Asian families, right? Some Asian families throw their fucking grandparents in the elderly home and shit, automatically. But you'll find, like, families, like, taking care of each other, living in the same household and stuff like that. And like, with American, like, a typical American family, they'll just throw them in the elderly home to die. It's really sad. And I'm not just like pulling this shit out of my ass. I see it every fucking Thanksgiving. I volunteer, man. Like these assholes, they don't visit their fucking parents on Thanksgiving or anything like that. I guess I'm one of those assholes because I don't go back that often. But you know, like it's just really sad, man. I feel really bad, you know. And there's like these people, like some of our patients, they treat everyone like this, and I see it more like my situation is a little more exaggerated because I'm like in Hollywood, like straight in the middle of materialistic people, selfish ass people. Like I'm in the middle of that, you know. So the funniest situation that Tim says, the funniest situation I recall is a girl said she will sue me if she gets pregnant when she was out of her refills on her Yaz. I told her to keep her legs closed. It's so true, you know, like it's like that situation is totally preventable. You know what? It could save her ass from that situation, like offering automatic refill. You know, and I think that's where the pharmacist should really step in. Or pharmacy staff is really educating the patient on all the options and giving them the option, let them make the decision. But ultimately, it's their decision. If they decide to opt out, that's up to them. But there's consequences for that. And whose fault is that? It's not the pharmacist's fault. We're just trying to follow the laws. We're just trying to follow like laws, rules, stuff like that. We can't just, you know, like, well, now in California, I guess we have another option, right? So, well, at least for me. But like for other medications, you know, like we don't have that option, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna break the law just for you, dude. Just for birth control, which is totally preventable. Worst case scenario, you can go urgent care and get a new prescription, right? Or call your doctor or something like that. Like it's totally preventable, man. I think it just comes down to poor communication, you know, like on I mean pharmacists we do it too. There's a lot of pharmacists I know that don't communicate very well. They don't let their patients know what the hell's going on. They don't I think that's where a lot of the hiccups in pharmacy actually happen, you know? So how many girls do pharmacists get? Shit. Do you see my post on Instagram? I have like these marks on my neck. Let me turn the light down. Shit. Well, it's not super apparent, but it looks like I had hickeys. Shit, but I don't get any visuals. Not at all. Yeah, but it's just like those situations, you know, that kind of bug me sometimes. Mm. But I mean, as much as I sort of kind of complain, not complain, but have the gripes about pharmacy, it can be very rewarding too, you know? Um, Seeing people in your pharmacy grow, like go from like fucking teenager, well, not teenagers, but like hit different stages of lives, you know? Like I've seen patients go from like people that were partying all the time to starting a family, you know, and then seeing them like take care of their family. It's really heartwarming to, and it's like as many, although there's a lot of shitheads out in the world, you know, sometimes with pharmacy, there's those people that kind of give hope, you know, because they're doing really great things, you know, and even during that, I don't know, maybe it takes about like a minute, maybe less, to ring out a prescription. Sometimes our system's fucking slow as shit, but you know, like in that minute, like you can learn so much about a person, and it's pretty amazing what you can learn and what you remember over the course of a year, you know. Is it easier for you to make new friends with fellow pharmacists, or is that aspect not important when you make new friends? I don't think it's that important. Um, Actually, you know what? I went to a pharmacy event pretty recently, and I had very little to talk about. It's crazy. I have a YouTube channel like, which I talk about pharmacy all the time. But with actual pharmacists, I have very little to talk about. You know, how do you? Conversations, they usually go on on the lines of, oh, how do you like blah blah blah? Do you like CVS? Blah blah blah. You know, and then if you're in the same company, you guys start like talking about the gripes, and like that's your common ground. You know, it's still shop talk and stuff. That's why I get along with a lot of business and entrepreneur people, cause I don't know, it's more relatable. Like, and it's more fun to talk about. When you're like 24/7 in the pharmacy, last thing I want to talk about is pharmacy sometimes. You know, especially with my friends, right? And I have pharmacist friends and stuff like that, but I mean, it's something to talk about, but I'd rather, like, there's other stuff just to talk about too. Do you know any pharmacists that work at Costco? Is it a better environment than CVS or retail stores? I heard it's really good. Hold on. Shit, my shutter closed. Um, do I know any pharmacists that work? Like, one of my, I know an intern that works there, but I don't know any pharmacists that work there, really. Yeah. I'm looking to, so I'm actually looking to not hire, but I was actually looking at my friend to do more outreach so I can network more, because I don't have enough time in a day to do outreach all the time. So I'm thinking about hiring my friend very soon to do that, so I can meet more people, talk to them, do YouTube, and be the face, you know? So that way it'll produce like better content for you guys and whatnot. But I mean, I think honestly though, like if you're a pharmacist, um, at some point you have to pay your dues. You have to go into a sweatshop every once in a while. I learned so much working at the sweatshop, and that's where you really hone your skills. You learn to struggle, you know, and a lot of people, they don't struggle enough. And I think struggling is a huge part of growth. Hey Kevin, Kevin asks, hey Kevin, I'm currently living in a big city, equivalent to Boston, and I'm moving to a smaller town in my country, equivalent to Cleveland. I feel bad because I'm leaving my parents alone. Don't. Why? What's there to feel bad about? Like, you're not. It's not like you're leaving them forever. You know. Moving for a pharmacist job with a year contract. Have you ever been in this situation? No. But, well, leaving my parents, yes. But in my mind, it's not forever, and it's because I'm trying to grow, you know, and I think that's very important. Like when you're young, this is the time to really take the risks, you know, and really, you're not gonna have another chance to sort of grow, and don't forget about your parents, man. Like when they come visit you or you go visit them, take them out to eat, man, or just spend as much time. And I honestly, when I spend time with my parents now, like I used to never give a fuck about my parents. I know it sounds really fucked up, but I wasn't a big family person. But every single time I see them, like I never know when the last time I'm going to see them is, so I treat them, you know, and I spend time with them, and I try to be a better family person than I was before, you know, because we only got so much time. We got limited time. I don't go back for holidays because it's too damn expensive, and plus I'm a pharmacy manager, so it's usually blocked off, you know. But dude, like if you're growing, if you think it's gonna be a good experience, then why hold yourself back? And your parents wouldn't want that either, right? Signing bonus for a contract, dude. I haven't heard about a signing bonus like signing bonus in ages, like since 2006, like 10 years ago. I think that was the last signing bonus that I've ever heard of. And it was for like 10 or 30 grand. I don't remember. Like I was too young and not really in the industry at the time. during the signing bonuses. Tim, maybe you got, I don't know how old you are right now, but maybe you have more insight on this signing bonuses and stuff. I have tried a virgin keto or lower carb diet. That's dope. Like, I think keto works really well, and intermittent fasting works really well for pharmacists. Actually, I think it's like one of the best diets because we don't always got the time to eat, and when you do eat, it's more calorie dense. So you don't have to get as much volume in, right? However, I feel hungry at night more. Do I have that problem? No, because I usually save my meals to the end of the day. Like usually you're right. Like if I eat in the morning, um, I'm going to be hungry by bedtime. So I think it's really important for keto, um, to save it for nighttime. And you get a lot more cognitive benefits uh, if you save it for later. So. But if you feel hungry at night, you might need to bump up your fats as well. Sometimes that means your fats aren't high enough, and because people think like low carb, right? And so they just jack up the protein and stuff. But we all know like gluconeogenesis, your the proteins can convert into carbs and stuff. So you really need to bump up your carbs too. I mean, fuck. You really need to bump up your fats as well, and try that. You know, or just rearrange your schedule. Eat later in the day, and so that you're not hungry at night. And during the day, I usually drink coffee anyways, or try some sort of stims. And that usually suppresses my appetite until I break the fast. That bone broth. Yeah, I know yeah. People in this house say I'm fucking nasty because I drink bone broth, but it's like 36 grams of protein. I usually do like what's it called? Coconut oil. Chase it down with coconut oil, fish oils, and stuff. I do high dose fish oils. I do like 20 grams of fish oils a day. I do that Kerrygold butter. I only do 10 grams of that, but I definitely do like 20 grams of the MCTs or coconut oil. That really, I noticed a huge, like, I don't know, maybe I did it, I've only done it for like 3 days, the higher dose, but I noticed like huge energy boost, and mood boost as well. I don't know if it's placebo effect or anything like that, you know. But yeah, it's so funny. I even got my technician into it. It's funny, like sometimes, like when you spend enough time with a person, your habits or your traits rub off on your technician or the people that you spend a lot of time with. And my technician recently has been doing intermittent fasting. He's been doing like what's that called? Keto. He's copying all the same shit. Like I drink cold brews. He never used to drink coffee, but I got him onto it. And then he also started drinking LaCroix, that like hippie seltzer water. Sometimes like when you want something bubbly, um, when you want something bubbly, or like soda, if you have that soda craving, LaCroix is really, it's not the same satisfaction obviously because you're not getting all the sugar and stuff, but it satisfies that like feeling of tingling, and seltzer water does the same thing. Sign-on bonuses went away in 2008 from what I heard. There are still some areas in NorCal where chains offer more than 40 hours of work. If you are interested in workaholic, my friend actually did that. One of the people that was in my district actually moved up to NorCal, and well, it's kind of like Fresno area, so it's like farmland and shit. But she makes a lot of money. But who cares, dude? Like at that point, is it really worth it? I don't think so. I think quality of life trumps all, man. Um, Trust me, man. As someone who spends a lot of time driving to work and who has spent more time driving to work than most people, like I used to drive almost 2 hours to work one way back in the day. I was fucking crazy and I was fucking miserable. Like I don't care how good the pay is, like it's not worth it, you know. So whatever. It's not like you're balling enough to take like the fucking Uber helicopter over to work every day, and cut through traffic. Yeah. Yeah, I was curious about Kevin T's contract. Gotta have something to offset the restriction. Yeah. So. Yeah, that signing bonuses, man. That would have been hella sick, man. I think I would have invested it all for sure. Some people buy cards and shit, but whatever. I think those days are definitely over. I haven't even heard the word of signing bonus in a long, 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 long time, dude. What other questions you got for me? Let's see, how long I've been streaming? 35 minutes, not bad. Let's see how many people are in my stream right now. So I'm actually gonna be dropping a keto video tomorrow. I have so many videos to edit. I have my Vegas videos, my Atlanta videos, so much stuff. What's your opinion on cars, lease or buy? Depends. If you have so I'm not 100%, like, obviously I'm not a accountant or anything like that, but from what I heard, like, when you lease cars, it's tax deductible, like, for businesses and stuff. Like, and if you buy a car, you don't get that same option. So if you're like, if you have your own business, probably lease, because you get the tax things. But I've always bought my cars because I'm the type of person that buy and keep. So from my limited knowledge, because I've only I'm not a person who frequently buys cars or anything like that. But from what I've read, is that leasing is a lot better if you tend to switch cars a lot more often. Probably for me, leasing would be a horrible idea because there's usually a mileage cap for leases, from what I understand. So I like for me, I would just buy, fuck it, and like I think a huge question too is, what would you rather buy, like a used or a new car and stuff like that. And at the time, the reason why I bought it new at the time as well was because I was buying a hybrid car, you know, and I want to buy a hybrid, and you never know how the batteries are on those things. So I didn't really know that much, and I was just like, well, is it really worth the time to be trying to think over, like, to go ahead and learn all this stuff that I don't really care about, that I don't really want to know, and I didn't really have like super knowledgeable friends in the area, so I was just like, fuck it, I don't care, like, whatever, I'll just buy a new car. I know a lot more, and I feel a lot more comfortable about buying a new car, and like negotiating that. I think for me it's just easier to negotiate. Like when you're comparing used cars, it's hard to have a common baseline, and when you're buying a new car, it's pretty even across the board. You know what you want, you know how much acquisition price or is typically, and you just have them bid against each other. That's what I do, or that's what I did. So what, my video's still not monetized, fucking shit. Sorry, I was just doing some stuff on my computer. Let me go back in the stream. Man, it is late. I don't know how you guys are still up, dude. I only have 5 people. Feels like at the highest point, I only had 7 viewers. Fucking crazy, dude. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to head out. I'm actually pretty hungry right now, so I ate some like hippie hot dogs earlier. Um, Thanks for your awesome stream, man. Good night. Thanks, Tim, for dropping by. You should drop by more, and cause I don't know how old you are, but I think you're probably at least like you've been practicing a lot longer than me, and so it's always good to have like more seasoned pharmacists, seasoned, not old ass pharmacists, seasoned pharmacists. So it's always good to get another pharmacist's input on certain issues and stuff, because you know it's not like I'm not experienced or anything like that, but definitely the older you get, sort of the wiser you are as well. So I realize I'm a ratchet ass kid sometimes and whatnot, but it's good to have other pharmacists on board. All right, man. Take care, guys. Good night. See you tomorrow, maybe. Yep. All right. Bye. Oh, I was gonna do my outro. Damn.